British pound on the monthly against the weekly, against the daily. I'm just putting in horizontal support and resistance lines. Let's just clean these out. Put in the... So this is how easy trading really is. I know that people say it's not easy, but the problem is that it is easy. It's too easy. British pound. Hopefully you bought this last known swing low bottom here. And I guess the guys that are real eager to get in this thing on the long side, certainly, here's all the key levels. All right, double top, triple top, explodes through, top becomes a bottom. Let's not forget these itty bitty guys, but this is the accumulation phase of the market when it gets all choppy, and there's all of these zigzags, which either be the triangle on a 4-hour, probably a beautiful triangle there. And so where's the next target? Here's a top, became a double bottom. I'm going to say the next target's up here because of this top. And we're almost there. Almost to target. From that standpoint, because there's more than one target. I saw a guy, Sam Seidel or something, the Online Trading Academy. He said, don't scale out. Really, I think if you don't scale out, then you're not willing to accept the fact that there's not one target, there's a soft target. Soft target. I don't mean like a school. But there's, there is the initial, taking something off the table as you go along. Ideally, you're unfolding in thirds, say. You have 3 positions. One, you get out on a scalp to pay the rent, pay the fee of commissions or whatever their broker's hitting you over the head with, or just the sheer market. When the market's just spikes you out, just stops you out. That never a smooth, clean. It's never a smooth, clean situation. It seems. Okay, I've got some 100 pip handles in here. I got 500 pips above and 500 pips below. So if I cue this this monthly, and of course I'm going to put in this channel because it's anytime I could see a down leg, I'm going to put the current channel in, which is pretty steep. Pretty steep here right now. Let's just get that squared away, and we've been down in this poking into the 500 pip window here of below this double bottom, which was this bottom to that top. So we're right there right now. So I guess you're always in a pivot in some sense in some time frame somewhere, but this top becomes this bottom, launching pad, zoom. If you look across the channel within the channel here, you're going to connect the tops and the bottoms here. There are these 1, 2, 3, 4. If you get 4 hits on a line, that's a valid. I think that gives you an indication of that's a key pivot at an angle. And here's a touch on the monthly close there. So we kind of just have that in the rearview mirror at all times, what's going on there. And we're going to calibrate these pip grids across the board. So we won't be surprised if we see a rally up into retest of this high. And the weekly looks like it can't wait to get there. And certainly here's an exit for, or it's a place to sell. If you want to trade the trend, which is currently down, which, of course, all trends come to an end. And at this point, the daily has got out of this trap, which is this trap down here. It's a nice clean double bottom here. And it's also a nice channel or a trend line break on the weekly. And that being just went through the crossover point on that. If you do a strict trend line breakout, pullback, failed to catch, here's a nice bottom, becomes almost a top. Of course, that's when the market really starts to accelerate. And the acceleration happens, your top and bottoms are, the market hardly even come back to come and pick up that. But that's a good place to project the currents off of. And that's the weekly, and here's the daily, which certainly a lot easier to trade as far as here's your beautiful top bottom marching up. Again, the wall of worry to the top, and then the crescendo. Certainly want to be selling this double bottom here, so hopefully you got in here on the limit or on that window. This big serious double bottom becomes the top, double bottom becomes the top. So you're prepared to even sell up here. Always be prepared to sell this contention zone here. Of course, that may be the next, as come ripping back, as you come ripping back. But, you know, hey, that's this is all the price resistance points, really. And here's a top to get long on. If we can come back to this, that'd be a nice. Of course, it might have to rip all the way back to this one. But these would all be orders on the daily, and it looks really kind of like a lot of orders, but all you have to do is go to the 4 hour, and you can see that this being 100 pips on the blacks, that you're only putting in this many orders, you know. So you'd have sells up here, or these are your target exits, and you're marching up this channel on the 4 hour. And this is about as clean as you can draw that. And of course, this, as it comes up into these and it's touching, you could probably get here. Of course, this is the end of the week. This kind of distorted. But it's going to have a big problem up in these prices, I think. You're projecting this daily up into that. But yeah, fair value is probably somewhere, probably almost there, right up in here, this window. Quite a steep run there. It definitely, when you look at this perspective, all you just zoom in a level, all of a sudden it looks like, oh yeah, definitely want to be selling up there. Jeez, look at this big shoulder, head, shoulder, and then you know, this, looking at this as it goes up, drawing these under overs, you get the under over effect here where you have the over, under, under. That's a perfect, perfect rollover. Top becomes a bottom, and just one more on here. We can project off of this. There's a trajectory, and here's a shoulder to a shoulder, and the gosh, not really a place to get short on that. Only here, I guess, First breath it takes, of course, when it cleared through this, that was a problem. That's why that's going to be my target. Pretty big resistance zone coming up here on the daily British pound.